So by far and away, the best style to take with your leadership and management of your people is a coaching style. That's the encouragement that I always give to people as they say, look, how do I become better at helping my team become as good as they can possibly be? I wanted to give you what I would describe as a bit of an up-the-sleeve coaching tool that I've found to be really helpful personally, and I know that others, when they've used it, they've found it useful too. And it's called T.G.R.O.W. So let's build that out for you now. So if you're going to take a coaching approach to your management and leadership style, one of the most important things to consider here is, how do I make sure that in the conversation that I'm having with my coachee, that the thought bubble, so to speak, sits above my coachee's head, not above my head. I don't want to be doing the kind of all of the thinking. I don't want to be coming up with all of the ideas and solutions, because I want the person who I'm speaking with to be getting creative, to really think through, and they probably know their situation best. And if I can get them to really think about their situation, they feel far more ownership of the idea that they ultimately come up with, and it's got a far higher chance of success if they've come up with it themselves rather than me telling them the answer. So the T.G.R.O.W. model really is based upon 3 types of questions, which I'm going to share with you just now. The first set is, we want to get questions to open up the conversation. Then we want to actually get questions which will start to close the conversation down, and then a set of questions that will help people commit to action. So that's the rhythm, if you like, of how T.G.R.O.W. goes. So what does it stand for? Well, T stands for topic. So what's the topic that you would like to discuss just now? Then we're going to ask, okay, so what's the goal? What's the outcome that you want to bring about as a consequence of this conversation? That's almost the point B that we're trying to get to. But then we want to take people back to, well, what's the reality of the situation right now? Where are you now, and what is it that's led us to be here? That's the point A. So we've now got point A and we've got point B. Then we move on to options. So what are the different ways that you can think about that we could actually help get us from this point A to point B? And then the final question is around way forward. So what are you actually going to do? Having arrived on the options and you've whittled that down to the best option that you can think of right now, what are you actually going to do to take steps in a positive direction? So a really straightforward framework that you can have up your sleeve, so that when someone comes to you and says, can I have 10 minutes of your time to think this through? You can say, absolutely. And then out comes the T.G.R.O.W. model, and you're going to have a great conversation. It's the way that your team will start to really build as people, and you also will notice that you're becoming a far better coach because you've got a structure to lean on. So give it a go, become a great coach.